Hey, early birds, we'll get started in about 2 minutes. We'll give people a chance to hop in.
Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Brian,
How are you?
a little exhausted from this week.
I'm sure you're doing great. We're built for this stuff, you know?
It's been a crazy e-commerce week on both fronts this week.
It's always something.
Good
Keep
evening,
us alive.
everyone.
Hey there. I go ahead and post some links in the chat for you guys. And again, later on, I've got the Marter Facebook group, the Marter Discord, if you're not a part of that and you like Discord. Also great. This way I can talk and not have to worry about posting these until later. As I'm talking, feel free to post any questions that you have. Um, I'll try to pause in between and like let you guys ask questions. It's going to be a brief kind of like, I would say, skimming of all of the softwares that are available in the bundle. I'm going to talk a little bit about my Walmart course and a discount code and kind of what's happening there. And then just any questions you have about Walmart, happy to stay and answer some questions about that. So that's kind of going to be our general plan. I am recording this, and so that will be posted back to the WOW group um, for you guys to refer back to if you need it. But we'll go ahead and just dive in and get started. So, first of all, the guys at Marter, they of course have been really heads down, trying to kind of um, finish any kind of like tweaking of the products, any kind of updates that they need to do. I know one of the things, like I know I've been working with them this week on is in inventory Falcon, kind of the word just left my brain. I'm so sorry. Bulk, doing like more than 10 items at a time. They had that launch, they had some issues, they pulled it back. And we've been kind of working through that with I've been doing some testing for them. It's still not quite there, but that's going to be launching as well. But the important thing to know about this bundle is this is the lowest price you're going to see it. In fact, it's probably the last time you're going to see it at this price. It actually was closed, and I begged them to let me just have a tiny little window to open it back up because I know some people missed it the first time. So it's going to be open for 3 days only for you to be able to purchase this bundle of software. And the great thing about it is you get all of the updates that are going to be coming out in the future with this. And I'll talk a little bit about those updates as we kind of look at the different products. But where they have come in a year, if they're going to like even be close to that in another year, we're going to be very, very well taken care of in terms of software. So thank you, Stephen, for the compliment. I appreciate that. So the first thing let's talk about is just the Marter extension itself. And like I said, we're just going to kind of skim through and then we'll stop and I'll address any questions that you have. But the Marter, it's an extension and it's also available in app form on your phone. So when you're outsourcing RA or if you're wanting to source from your phone, otherwise you can do it from your phone. But what it allows you to do is go to walmart.com. You can look for a product. I usually choose Barbies. I thought I would try to be gender diverse and choose Hot Wheels tonight. So we'll see if we find a great Hot Wheels item. So that one has a bestseller badge. So I'm going to open this one up and just talk a little bit about what you can see with the Marter extension. So you can see it automatically pops up, the Chrome extension on the Walmart page. I'm able to see the image of the picture. I can see the Walmart ID. I can see the brand that this particular listing is listed under, so I know that it's branded correctly. Reported gated basically is a way to crowdsource if certain brands do require ungating on Walmart. If they do, that will appear in yellow. If it's red restricted, meaning you can't sell it, then it's going to be in red. On the right-hand side, you're going to see if it has a matching ASIN, if this particular item has been linked to an Amazon ASIN, you'll see what it sells for on Amazon and how many units per month. So that was really helpful in the past to try to gauge velocity. We know, those of us that have been selling on Walmart for a while, the velocity is not the same on Walmart as it is on Amazon. I always tell people, like, go wide, not deep is kind of a phrase that's been used for years over on Amazon. So like if selling on Amazon is like a river, Walmart's more like a creek. Like it's very, very thin. So we have a very, very wide catalog on Walmart. And then as we discover those products here and there that do exceptionally well, then we can go a lot deeper on those particular products. But overall, you're better off having a very wide assortment on Walmart just because of that velocity. We can open Keepa and kind of look at some Keepa data here just for some analysis and comparison for this particular product that sells. We see the UPC. We see dimensions. That's important because sometimes they're wrong inside the system. Walmart is it's really interesting, especially right now going into summer with inflatables. Inflatables almost always have the inflated dimensions, not the box dimensions. And so that's going to throw off your WFS cost for that. We can see weight, and then we see any badges that this particular item has. Walmart has like bestseller, 50 plus bought in the last, since yesterday, 100 plus bought, 1,000 plus bought, those kind of things. So you'll see those badges there. You'll also see if there's any reviews. That gives you an indication that the product does sell, and what the current rating is, which I don't use for anything, but it's there. We then kind of get into kind of the meat of the Marter extension, which we can see how many sellers are on this product. The referral fees, that's based upon the sale price. The WFS cost, so this one is saying that it's going to cost $20 based upon this dimensions. I'm going to guess these dimensions are not right, but I would have to dive in somewhere and like find the accurate dimensions to really know that. So right away, I know that this is not going to be profitable for me if it's a $20 fee for Walmart to ship it. But for the sake of this exercise, we'll just continue going. We then would type in what our cost is for the item. So let's just say we got lucky and we found this on clearance for $10. It's still not profitable at this $19 price point due to these fees. And then you see your ROI. We do see kind of a hint at estimated sales here. This is Marter's initial effort at estimated sales. It's getting ready to change. They are working on estimated sales 2.0, which is going to use a lot of the Histomart data to give you a more accurate representation of what those sales are. And I'll show you the Histomart on this item here in a moment. But it's saying estimated 2402. That is based upon the reviews, the verified reviews, and then just some other factors like the badges that it has here. If 100 plus of these were bought since yesterday, it's in 100 plus people's cart. They're estimating that this item is moving at kind of that rate of 100 per day. So we'll look here and see a graph on kind of the price history. So it's been kind of the same price, $23.99, $21.99. Now it's at $19. So it's going down a little bit in price. And we can also see the offer count, how that's kind of vacillated here and there. Then we get to see stock levels and how people are selling it, whether they're selling it WFS or seller fulfilled. So this particular item, Walmart only has 227 left in stock. And if it is indeed selling 100 per day, then we might actually be able to be profitable on this item because the next closest item is $36.99. So if I scroll back up and I put in that price point, we're still not very profitable because of these stupid fees. But sometimes that does work to our advantage if we can see that Walmart is close to selling through their stock. It doesn't mean they won't restock. You kind of have to know the item and whether or not that's going to happen, but it is kind of a good indication. All right. So let's say that we want to know when Walmart only has 50 of these left. We can now set an alert right here in Marter for exactly that. So we can say, tell me when the WFS stock is less than 50. So then I really know that maybe I want to go back and pick these up somewhere that I found them. Maybe they were at Ollie's or maybe Walmart on the clearance rack or something. Or maybe I want to grab the last 50 from Walmart. Sometimes that happens. So if I do this and I save this, it's going to email me when that actually hits that less than 50. So this is very much like Keepa alerts. You can set it for stock counts. You can set it for price. You can set it for a particular seller. All of the different things, different badges. Like if something hits bestseller status, you can have it notify you that as well. So it's a really good system to kind of, if you're unsure about an item, you can kind of add that to the mix to help you out. All right, I'm going to stop, kind of pause and like make sure these questions, variation listings, we can look at one of those in a minute. Is there data on the buy box? Yes, there is. So if I scroll down, here's the buy box winner history. So you can see Walmart has won it about 53% of the time, and then this other seller sold it here, but it's even better over in Histamart. So this is Marter. It's also Marter Alerts. So that's two of the things that you get in the bundle. And then we'll go ahead and click this more historical data, and it will open up Histamart. Or if I scroll down, there's also a Chrome, I've got to refresh, sorry. There's also a Chrome extension for Histamart, and I can see the data right here on the Walmart page. So it's going to load in and give me all of the Histamart information, but I'm going to actually launch it and show it to you in Histamart because the graphs are a little bigger, and I think it'll be easier to see and talk about. So let's just go ahead and click that and launch it. It may have me log in. I'm not sure. Oh, nope. Okay, so we're good. So these kind of graphs should look very familiar if you're an Amazon seller. Trying to keep that learning curve as nice as possible for you guys so that you aren't having to kind of learn something brand new, how something functions. So here we can see that Walmart has been in stock on this item for quite a while. I can actually extend this out even further. I can see seller fulfilled pricing on this. If I hover, you can see that I see the lowest price, the WFS price, the seller fulfilled price, Walmart's price, who has the buy box, all that good information. So this is very handy, especially as you're trying to make determinations about whether to buy something or not, to know like, okay, is Walmart in stock? Are they always in stock? Do they sometimes go out of stock? Let's kind of figure that out. This next graph is based totally on stock count. So we can see at the peak, we had 384. Looks like we're down to like 240 right now. So that's quite a few sold. So that's good information for us to have. These are the ratings and the reviews. So we can see the review count is going up. Okay. There are not nearly as many reviews on Walmart as Amazon. Again, that's just a velocity thing and also kind of a cultural thing. Just doesn't seem like people leave as many reviews on Walmart as they do over on Amazon. So maybe that'll change over time. We also kind of see changes to the offer count. So offer count going up, going back down. That's all good. That means people are selling out. All good information. And then any badges, you can see when it held the badge, how long it held the badge. Here it was 50 in cart, then it went up to 100 in cart. So that shows the velocity is actually getting better on this item, probably due to a decrease in pricing. And then the last chart here is the stock drop tracker. And so each of these little bars represents a drop in the total stock count. So we can see that there is our periodic drops in stock, which all is an indicator of just this product is selling. Obviously, the higher the stock drop, 74 in this case, that means it's selling faster. So those are good indications as well. Then we have the data tab. And I don't even look at this page. It's too much text for my brain. But if you really want to kind of dive into like, hey, what was the last 365 days or 180 days? All that stuff is on here. So lots and lots of data for you to be able to look at. And Marter is getting this data the exact same way that Keepa gets it for Amazon, and that's by scraping the site. So they're constantly scraping the site to get this information. The difference is that Keepa has had about, I don't know, 10 years to do it. And Marter has been doing it for about 8 months. So we're going to get better and better with the data as we go along, just because we're capturing more of it. But this is way more than we've ever had. So it's really exciting to see. So then there's this offers tab, which also should look familiar. But what I love about this offers tab is I can see the stock count by seller. Okay. And let me turn this off. So these are current sellers, 10, 227, and 5. And I can see approximately how many they have sold and how many they've sold in the last 30 days. So Walmart is chugging along. 148 in the last 30 days. That's actual stock that has gone down. So assuming those are all purchases and not changes to stock count. And if that's the case, then they are probably going to be sold out in about another 4 to 6 weeks. So that's great information to have. But we also see that nobody else is selling it right now in the last 30 days, probably because of just pricing. If I include historical offers, then I can also see other people who have sold out. They haven't sold any in the last 30 days because they sold out prior to that. But you can see their stock history and where their stock counts are. Yeah, it does. It's very much similar to Keepa, and that was intentional. It's the same kind of data, and we didn't want to have to retrain everybody on brand new graphs. That made no sense. We also have the buy box statistics. And so here you can see the percentage one, whether or not the buy box is shared or not. All of that is great information to see. If I pull up, let me pull up a health and beauty item. Ooh, I never spell this right. Neutrogena. And just kind of maybe look at something that the buy box isn't shared so much on. Just kind of scrolling, looking for, okay, we'll try this one. Obviously, bestseller, 500 plus bought since yesterday. 567, no seller is going to be able to probably get it cheap enough for that to make sense. Let's go look at the historical data. We're probably going to see Walmart in stock all the time on this. Okay. Yep, Walmart.com. Probably shipping from store versus shipping. We do have stock drops. We know this is selling. But let's just go here to buy box statistics. Yep, 100% Walmart. So like this would not be a product I would buy unless I'm going to sell it in some type of bundle, like a 2-pack, 3-pack, something like that, that Walmart is not on. I'm not going to be able to compete on price with Walmart. They're going to consistently be restocking this item. So that just doesn't make sense. So looking at that buy box information, is really important. Okay. I'm going to pause any questions on the Marter extension. And it's also, remember, an app. And on the app, you have access to Inventory Falcon, Histamart, all of that right there on the app. So we'll talk about that integration too. Let's see. Yep. Yes, Histamart is aiming to be as good as Keepa. Over time, they will get more and more data. And the data is what the data is right now. So you just don't have as much historical information, but you do have really good current information on the last 30, 60, 90 days for sure. Okay, so then let's talk about, let's see. Oh, does WFS alerts pertain only to the Walmart seller? Or you can do it for anything. So if I set an alert and I want to have it be for just WFS total stock or the lowest price or total WFS offers, Like right now, there's 20 offers. I want to know when it's less than five. You could do that. Or maybe you want to see when something goes up. So maybe you want to say, like, hey, when the buy box price is greater than $9, then hit me up and maybe then I'm interested in selling this item. So it really is kind of unlimited in terms of what you can set those alerts for and how you can use them. It's really great for product research. You can see, actual stock sales and things like that. So, um, is there a plan for Histamart to be embedded as an extension on the product page? Yeah, it already is. So, hang on, I got to refresh my page. Sometimes it doesn't catch it because of everything else coming in, but right there, it's already a Chrome extension. So right there on the page, all those graphs we just looked at, the data tab, the offers tab, the buy box statistics tab, all right there. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I know. What I love is that like I have all of this data to look at, then I can come look at all of this data right on the page, which is just perfection in a way. Yeah, show a variation listing. Sure. Let me think of the variation listing. If I can find one. Do, 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 do. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let this kind of load in here. All right, so I'm on athletic red, I'm on extra large. Yes, sometimes that happens. Try that again. Okay, so this data is for this color and size variation. So we're going to see, whatever the information is on this. Obviously, Walmart's a huge seller. If I refresh the page, I probably can get that. But if I change this to like purple, medium, then it's going to refresh and give me the data just for purple medium. Now, I actually don't know the answer to this, so I'm gonna open up Histamart because I don't think we have a variations area yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Because they're going to want to give you guys all the same information. Yeah, we don't have like all the variations together yet, but definitely make sure you request that. And if you're a member of the Marter Facebook group or the Marter Discord, there are places like you can just say like, "Hey, can we add this?" And Ito will answer. And he's the head guy, and he'll get it done. Like it may not be done tomorrow. Some things get done tomorrow. They're very fast. But if we definitely probably want to see that, I will say variations are not as big of a thing on Walmart to me, just because a lot of those like top selling brands like Nike and Adidas and all that kind of stuff, like those don't really sell as well on Walmart. So the variations that we see might be like a 2-pack, 4-pack, 6-pack of like Cheerios or something. But we would want to see like which one of those is the better selling one for sure. Okay. All right. So now let's move to the next product that is part of this bundle. And that is your online sourcing tool called MOA, Marter Online Arbitrage. If you are familiar with Nepeto, or if you're even familiar with tactical arbitrage, it's basically that for Walmart. So from here, we can go to the products area and we can go and see Amazon to Walmart flips, Walmart to Walmart flips, and then just retailers to Walmart. And I don't have time to show all of these. I do have videos up though on my ecom boost. Let me type that in real quick. My YouTube page that go over each of these products in more and more detail. So if you want to see more detail on each of these products, go out to the YouTube, watch some of those videos. If you need to see that information to make a buying decision for sure. But let's just click retailers to Walmart. And what this does is it just is scraping a ton of different websites, all these suppliers right here in this list. So it's scraping all of those suppliers and finding that price discrepancy and then providing that to you. So for example, the buy price of this is $2.99. It sells on Walmart for $20. Minus your referral fees, minus your WFS cost gives you a profit of $8.77. Well, that sounds pretty good. but we need to know if it sells or not. So that's when you can click over here. You can go to Marter and open up Marter. You can go here, open up Histomart. Even though you can kind of see the data for Amazon, but like Amazon might be selling this for $6. You don't know. So make sure you do your research, but like right away, like that's a potential lead. If we come in here, this one, 12%, not so much. But I can like sort this by ROI and say like, hey, I only want to see stuff that's 30%. And it will filter that automatically. Every time it refreshes though, guys, you're not going to see the same items because there's a constant refresh happening, so that not everybody sees exactly the same thing. So if you're on a page and you haven't finished going through that page, if don't apply filters because you might lose what you're like looking at right now. So but here we've got like command strips, that's 198% ROI. So like there's already some like good looking things here as long as they actually are selling. And then of course you want to check for gating and those kind of things, but it's very quick and easy to kind of filter through this. Lydia, I want stuff that like at least is a $5, oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. Profit. I want stuff that's at least a $5 profit because I don't want to waste my time on anything else. So it'll refresh it on that. I can also go in and I can filter just a certain supplier. So maybe I want to just see stuff from Academy Sports. Maybe I have a coupon or I have a gift card from there or something like that. So you can do all these kind of filters right here inside of MOA, immediately find profitable products, that kind of thing. Which tool would show whether you're gated or not? That would be Marter. So when it's not going to show whether you are gated or not, but it will show if there is a gate. Inventory Falcon, however, you can list it real quick and it will show you if you're gated or not. So when we get to Inventory Falcon, we can kind of go through that process. Just real quick, I'll just click on this to show you kind of what the Amazon to Walmart flips look like. So these are obviously low-cost Amazon products that sell for more over on the Walmart platform. And then the Walmart to Walmart flips look a little bit different. So these are things that have had a price drop on Walmart. And so you want to kind of analyze it to see like, is it going to come back to the price that's listed here anytime soon so that you can actually, make some money on it. So it's a little bit different. I go much more into that in the MOA YouTube video. Okay. Next one, Inventory Falcon. This is my favorite one, probably because I asked for it since almost the day I met these guys. Like, you've got to build us an inventory management system, because listing products on Walmart has historically just been a time suck and not the easiest thing at times. And so Inventory Falcon has basically kind of streamlined the process of listing and shipping your items in. It will have in the future reporting. So if you're an inventory lab user, it'll have reporting similar to that. If you're a seller board, it's going to have reporting similar to that too. Or if you're a Profit Cyclops, Dashna, any of those other tools, it's going to have the reporting like that as well. So all the reporting is going to be housed here in Inventory Falcon. You're going to have P&L reports. You're going to have supplier reports, everything over time. Obviously, we wanted to get the getting inventory in and getting it shipped portion done first, and then they're going to build on that over time. So to use Inventory Falcon, we'll just start a new batch. We'll call this Pioneer Batch. You can list seller filled items this way if you want, just for the speed of it. Most people are going to list things WFS. You can also just say no batch and just enter items in and then move them into a batch later and do it manually if you want. For us, we create everything into batches. And then you basically can search for products using a barcode. So I click in here and I scan with my barcode scanner. You can search by product name, the item ID, which is for Walmart, or the SKU if you already have it listed. I don't have a product. Usually I have a product right here on my desk. But I cleaned everything up, so I don't have one. So I'm just going to search for jelly beans, just because it's almost Easter. So we get a lot of selections here. And yeah, just in a moment, the UPCs will pop in so that we can verify that this is an actual match to what we want. We also see what the Walmart price is. So like some of these obviously are not going to be worth shipping or in because they're not profitable. But let's see if we can find, okay, let's do this one. No idea what it is, just for the sake of having an item. So when the item comes in for you to add, the two main things that you're going to want to add that are over here in orange meaning not required, but you probably want to do it, is your cost. So let's say this item cost me $2. And then your source. So maybe I got these at Target. And the reason you want to do that is because once the reporting starts coming in, you want to have captured all of your cost information so that your P&L reports and all the reports that use your cost information, the costs are already there. So I wouldn't wait to add that information. I would start adding it today so that it's being captured in the database, which is going to make things a lot easier for you once those reports actually come out. Expiration date, you do not have to add it, but if you do add it, you're going to be able to print that onto the label for Walmart, and that you can't do that inside the Walmart platform. This is the only platform that allows you to print the expiration date on the label. You also can add a note. I typically do some type of like spice, jelly beans, because down here for SKU, it has an auto configuration of what things you want so that you don't have to type a SKU out. And part of that for me is a little bit of a description of the product. So now when I click apply, it's just going to pop everything in really nicely for me to have this item, have a SKU. I then put in the quantity that I have. I want to make sure that the weight is correct. 19 pounds is not correct. So we're going to change that to ounces and make sure that says 19. And then our length, width, and height. And then we come down here and see if there's anything else they're asking for. Let's see, this looks like the manufacturer is how. And then it wants to know the label image. And this is something that Walmart asks that Amazon doesn't, not in this way. It's been super annoying. It's going to ask for an ingredients list or nutritional facts on any kind of ingestible. And then anything you put on your skin, it asks for an SDS sheet. And that's always been a pain. So this makes it super easy because I could just click choose and they are going to show me every picture that is on the Walmart website for this item. So I can just select the picture and then say nutrition facts and I'm done. Used to, you actually had to like upload a picture, put in a web link, like it was annoying. And then I click add item, and then that item is going to pop over here into my batch. And that spin means it's actually processing it into my inventory as a WFS item. Now, if you've never done things manually, you don't know how incredible that is. And the fact that like I can do this like in seconds instead of minutes per item, it is literally shaved off hours every week of our processes. Not just adding the items, but then when you're done, just clicking one button to make a shipment, instead of having to go and find all your items and add the quantities and like tell it if it's an individual or if it's, whatever, like it's so annoying. I can't even tell you. So like, this is just streamlined that entire process. So really great. It'll come up with a green check if it went through. If it comes up with a red mark and you hover over it, that's when you'll know if you're gated in an item. And you can do this add process from the Marter app. So when you're in store, you scan something, you're like, am I gated or not? You hit the Inventory Falcon button, add your little stuff, wait for it to process, and you're going to know before you leave the store if you're gated or not, but you're also going to be able to list it while you're in the store if you're big into like seller fulfilled and start selling items before you even leave. Is this making it so we can send in beauty products like Clinique? Yes, because you can choose your SDS sheets and all of those things inside of Inventory Falcon. So as long as the listing has the ingredients, you can do that. So I'll just put in Clinique and see if we can do one. Uh, okay, let me get like this one, makeup. Okay, we'll select it. I'm gonna say that I bought this at Clinique outlet, just for the sake of it being something that I don't normally shop at because I got to clear all these things out after I'm done. $10 price tag. Makeup's usually good for 2 years. So we're going to put 2-year date on this, 27. And I'm going to call it Even Better Makeup. And if I knew the color, I'm just going to say it's color 110. I don't know. Apply that to my SKU. Say I have 3 of these. All of that stuff is good. Manufacturer is Estee Lauder. And then here, label image, choose. There's my ingredients right there. And I would say ingredient list and add the item. Boom, done. So we'll let that one process over there as well. Hang on. Let's see. Will the software work only for US marketplace or for Canada? They are working on Canada, but this is based in the US right now. Um, let's see. I use Mo as our way to filter out sold items on the source site. Or it's a bundle on the Walmart site. Not yet, but they're going to be adding features to MOA. Nepedo is a little bit ahead. So anything that's in Nepedo will get added into MOA eventually if you're familiar with Nepedo, which I'm going to show in a moment. So just add those suggestions on either the Facebook page or the Discord. Is there a SKU label that prints? Yeah. So like right here, see this little barcode? If I click this, I can say like, what do I want it to print? Do I want the expiration date added or not? And then I click print and there it is. And that's what it looks like. And I just print it on my little, thermal printer and off I go to the races, however many of those I need. So super easy to do that. And you don't have to label everything for Walmart. So hopefully you know that. If you don't know that, I can talk about that later. Is there anything similar to IP alert in the Walmart space? No. If you have to kind of be in one of the groups, like I know my group, we've cultivated an IP risk and then like basically IP like claim spreadsheet that I share with my mastermind students. And it's just crowdsourced. So not there yet. Might be something that somebody does in the future. Might be a great opportunity if anybody's a programmer. But there you go. Do I cover the UPC similar to Amazon, even if it's not required? No, I only cover UPCs if the UPC does not match the listing. If it matches the listing, I do not put a label on it at all. With the exception of products that expire, as long as the expiration date is clearly visible, I don't mess with it. But if it's not, or if it's a Julian date or some kind of code, then I put a label on it because I need to have the expiration date because they'll send product back to you if they can't discern what the expiration date is. Also for any kind of like makeup palettes, breakables, glass, things that I have to package in a way that covers the UPC, then we will attach a label to those. But outside of that, no, we just pack it up and send it off. It's the best thing ever. I hope they never require us to attach labels to everything. All right, so now we have these 2 items are ready to go. You can see the total unit count, the sale price, my cost price, what my profit on this shipment would be. And then if I want to actually send this inventory in WFS, I click this one button, I enter my information in, I hit create. It's going to open. Oh, great, I got errors. Typically, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what just happened there. I know Walmart has been wonky all day, which has been kind of the bane of my existence. But typically you just click that, it pops open Walmart and you're off to the races. But Walmart has been giving us grief on the Walmart side for like 2 days. So nothing wrong with Inventory Falcon. It's just the way Walmart's receiving information. Okay, so we've got Marter, we've got Marter alerts, we've got Marter online arbitrage, we've got Inventory Falcon, we've got Histamart, we've talked about all of those. Now, take a breath. Now we're going to talk about OmniSeller. This will probably not apply to everyone, but I didn't think it applied to me, and now it's like one of my favorite products. So OmniSeller is basically a wholesale like scanning software. It basically scans any kind of Excel document that has UPC and price information in it, and then it tells you whether those products are profitable or not on Amazon or Walmart. You can use it for both. So if I go here and I click scan and I choose Walmart, and I'm like, I'm going to give you something with a UPC. All right, now let me, I don't know if I actually have, I know I have one, but let's do this one. And so I pop in a list that I put together. One of my suppliers provides a list of sale items every week. I now run it. I used to never look at it at all. But you only have to have a UPC and a price. You can also have the name of the item and an image, but those two fields are not required. So it's really only the UPC and the price. And then it runs that and it finds, is there a match on Walmart? And then it tells me what my profit and ROI would be. I can filter this again for ROI. So let me say 30% minimum. So now I'm starting to see just the items that are interesting for me. So like, okay, so here's some items that kind of have that pricing to it. And I can get more granular. So if I had a whole bunch of items that were coming up good, then I can maybe say, well, give me the items that are $10 profit or more, or give me the items with these review counts on it or something like that. And then if I scan for Amazon, and it may make me wait a moment because it doesn't like it when I try to scan too much at once. Let me find that. Same, yeah, 43 seconds, fine. I'll talk for a second then and answer some questions while we wait. On Amazon, like you can filter by estimated sales. So lots of different ways to do that. Do any of the products import what I paid for shipping with Walmart as seller fulfilled? I don't understand that question. So maybe type again and add a little more context. Maybe on which tool, because I'm not sure if I missed that on a previous tool. Yeah, okay, that's what you've been waiting for. Yeah. And 365 makes you pay extra for the wholesale part. You're right. This is everything's included. And you're going to see also, I'm going to show you. So you got this wholesale like scraper, which to me is just, I don't know, like I said, like I was leaving money on the table because I never even looked at these because I could not process everything. I just didn't have time. I didn't have time to sit there and manually source this information. So here we have an item. It's only 20% ROI, but it sells 200 times a month. So like maybe even though it's only that much, maybe that'd still be a good buy. So let's do 50 or more estimated sales. Okay. And you'll see the verified by Amazon. That's if it has the yellow line on Keepa. If it doesn't, that is an estimation by Nepedo in this case, because it's an Amazon tool, based upon the rank of the item and then any other factors that they have going on. And then let's type in 30%, not 430. That would be amazing if it was 430% ROI. So right now I only have one item, but it's still scanning. We can't sit here and wait for it to complete. There's about 1,000 items on that list I just uploaded. So I just kind of run these and then I go off and do something else and then I come back to them. And then from there you can save your scan results. That's brand new. And you can also export the data so that you can kind of filter it on your own. No, AnySeller is Amazon and Walmart, both of them. You can choose which one you want to scan for, which is what I love. So I scan on both and I find where the profit is, and that's where I send stuff. All right. So Pioneer Bundle, Marter, Marter Alerts, Marter Online Arbitrage, Inventory Falcon, Histamart. All of those are Walmart products. Then you have Seller, which is Amazon and Walmart product. And then the last thing that you get is Nepeto Chrome extension and um, phone app. So Nepeto is like Marter, but for Amazon. So if I again go to Hot Wheels, and the reason they did that is they know so many people are selling on both platforms and they just wanted to make it easy for people. So I'm just going to click on this first item here in a second. Nepeto is going to pop in. You're going to see it's very similar to what we had in Marter. There's more data here just because there's more data on Amazon. So we can see, if there is a variation, they have a really cool variation tool to be able to see all the variations. It's really cool, like with shoes and clothing, to kind of see what the variations are that are selling. But all this information here, your profit margin, if whatever your cost is, I don't know, let's say $10. You can see all that information, pulls in keepagraphs. You get to see all of the different sellers, how they're selling it, what their stock counts look like, buy box winner history. It's just the same stuff we had before. But this is part of the Pioneer bundle, just so that if you are sourcing for both, it just makes it really nice. And what I do, so back here on Marter, like if I'm in store scanning and I scan something in Marter, then I look and see, oh, is it better over on Amazon? And then I just click that and it opens up Nepeto. And then I can look at the Nepeto data. So I do one scan and I'm able to basically analyze it for both platforms that way. I think pretty soon they're going to add on Nepeto going back to Walmart, but it's not there yet. So I use the Marter app to scan everything. And then if it doesn't come up, if it's something not sold on Walmart, then I'll scan it directly with Nepeto. So all of that is part of the bundle price. And if you don't know what if you haven't clicked yet to buy, let me just come over and I'll show you what the bundle looks like. So hang on just a second, or I gotta move some things around because always stuff is in my way. Okay, so there are two options here with the bundle. If you want Marter alerts, Marter online arbitrage, Histamart, Seller, Inventory Falcon, and Nepeto Chrome extension and app, this is the pricing. And guys, this is going to be open for 3 days only. And I begged them to let me do it one more time because they're going to be launching all of the updates to products that are just going to make the product price go up higher. And so I'm not a hardcore salesperson, but I care about other sellers. And this is really the best deal you're going to get on this bundle. So you can do the monthly plan, an annual plan, or they have a one-time lifetime payment plan. If you buy that, then you never pay again and you get all of the updates to the products in the future. With any of these plans, you're going to get all the updates that happen. It's just, if you're on the annual plan, you're going to pay that every single year. I know not everybody can afford the lifetime plan or even the annual plan. So that's why there is the monthly option as well. But this is going to get you all of the tools that I just showed you. If you are an Amazon seller, you can add to this Nepeto, which is the online arbitrage version for Amazon. So and it has a lot more bells and whistles than Marter for Walmart does, the Marter online, because it's been out longer. But just like before, let me log in. Not today. Okay. So here I can go to the retail side of things. Again, it's scraping websites, showing me what the matches are, showing what my profit, my ROI would be. I can do all the filtering, just like I did over in Marter Online Arbitrage. I can filter suppliers, same thing here. All of this good stuff. You also have this out of stock search, which is, I think, super cool because it identifies opportunities that are missed a lot by other sourcing softwares. So the opportunities to come in and capture the buy box on things that currently are not in stock. There are a lot of great videos that Ito has done showing how to utilize this. It also has Amazon to Amazon flips in here. I wouldn't really do this much, but the Amazon to Amazon flips is solid. It also has a CSV scanner, and then it has a live search. And so basically the live search, I can go to a site like Target, and I can go to toys, action figures and play sets here. I can copy this, very similar to tactical arbitrage, dump it in here, and it will just start searching page after page after page, live search. It only will do it for the sources that they work with, but still, it's kind of nice and helpful. If you wanted to add this to the lifetime, or not to just the Pioneer bundle in and of itself, I lost my page. It's back here. This is the difference in the cost. It's 65% off the price of the Nepetto 3.0, added to the plan. So it's just, a little bit more a month. If you are, like I said, an Amazon seller, that might be something you want to consider. Kind of totally up to you. Just wanted to put it out there. So when you go through the checkout process, that information would be there. Let's see. I'm going to answer questions. Yeah, the pedo cover, yeah, like basically this bundle, you have everything you need. Yeah, might try it for a month and then decide if you want to drop another product. Most of the pedo is in the higher tier. Um, so you get the Chrome extension and the app in the Pioneer bundle. If you want to add the sourcing software, like the online arbitrage kind of software, kind of like tactical arbitrage, then that is the additional cost. But you get the actual scanning app and Chrome extension as it's included in the Pioneer bundle. So hopefully that's clear. All right, I'm gonna take a breath and a drink. Keep going. There are no discounts or freebies if you sign up live in this call, because this was not even supposed to be offered again. They offered it when they launched all the software pieces, and it was kind of a limited 10-day offering. But like I said, I basically begged them. I'm just like, there are some people who missed out. Can we do it one more time before any price increases? And they said yes to me because I work with them. I've worked with them for a year now. So, and they are great. Like the Ito is so available. If you guys have product questions or suggestions, he is in Discord. He is in the Facebook group constantly. You can tag him. The man, I don't think sleeps, that kind of thing. But I do have something else if you're interested in that I am offering a discount on. And that is if you have not been selling on Walmart very long, or maybe you haven't sold on Walmart at all, I do have my Wow Winning on Walmart course, which is over 10 hours of video content, me actually in my Walmart site, clicking on everything, explaining how things work, all of that good stuff. I'm in the process of updating it over the next 2 to 3 weeks. It'll have all brand new content uploaded into it. But I'm offering $200 off for anybody here tonight, or in my Wow Winning on Walmart Facebook group. And that's only going to be available for a week, that $200 off price point. So basically you're getting it at the old pricing because I haven't finished my updates yet. But you'll get to have the pleasure of getting all of the new updates very, very soon. Basically, Walmart's kind of changed some things around. They've changed a couple of things, how things are done, but mostly it's just kind of visual. But I will also be adding a lot of the Pioneer Bundle content into the site, as well as sourcing, how to source for Walmart and how I source for Walmart. If you've already purchased, absolutely, you always get all the new updates in my course, 100%. 100%. Oh, That's not good. If you click buy it now for the Walmart course, it says the product's not available. Well, I will fix that as soon as I get off the link here. Let me try something real quick since you said that. Let's see. If you click here, okay, hang on. Let me see if you go to is it the same if you go all the way to the bottom? There you go. Just go to that bottom link. I don't know what's happened with the top link, and then you should be able to put in the code Pioneer to get the $200 off. Um, but yeah, and my course is really focused on navigating the Walmart site and kind of why they do things. And I've been on Walmart for 6 years, just trying to make it easier and try to like streamline things because you don't have to make the same mistakes. But I will also say some of these tools help with that because having Inventory Falcon, you don't have to load products in manually as often. There are still some that will throw fits and you'll have to like create an Excel document. And I teach you how to do that and kind of do it the old school way. But you don't have to do it as often, which is really, really nice. But yeah, I'm offering that. And then if you don't have a Walmart account yet, I will post a link that will put you in a referral bucket. And that kind of should expedite you getting onto Walmart. So if you don't have a Walmart account, I highly suggest you get one, even if you don't think you're going to use it for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. The reason being you have to have an active seller account to get approved. And let's say with Amazon, we don't know what's going to happen. Something happens to your account. It's going to be more difficult to get approved. I will post all of the links for you right now, actually. Give me just a second and I will start reposting them again. So this first one is the link to the Pioneer bundle. And then this next one is the link to the course. And then if you're not already a member of my Facebook group, we answer tons of questions in there free of charge, just to help everybody be successful on Walmart. The Marter Facebook group, please join that. It's a great way to be in direct touch with Ito. I am not tech support for any of these products, guys. I can help you like how to use them, but if something's broken, I can't fix it. I don't work for them. I just promote them because I believe in what they've produced. I think it's the best software on the market for Walmart. I have tried, literally tried the others. Oh, sorry, that's wrong. What? I'm messing this up. Sorry. Okay, Facebook group. I did this like twice. Let's see. I'm mixing things up. Sorry, because I'm trying to talk and do something at the same time. And I used to do that in my youth, but now that I'm getting older, can't do it as often. Okay, let's start over here. Okay, here is my Facebook group. Then this is the Marter Facebook group. And then this is the Marter Discord. And then I do have both leads and a mastermind for Walmart. They're both waitlisted right now, but if you want to get in on either of those, you should go get on the wait list. Typically, people are waiting 2 to 3 months before a slot opens. So the sooner you get in, the better. And then this is the link for you to sign up on Walmart. The recording will not be sent out, but it will be posted in the WOW Facebook group. That's kind of where I house it, house everything. So that's where it is. I can post the link in the chat also for this particular event. But it will also be up on YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube, which is Ecom Boost, you'll see it there on YouTube sometime this evening. All right, I'm just going to open the floor if you guys have any questions about any of the tools. I'm happy to stay for a little bit longer and share and go on, show you anything you want to see. If you have questions about Walmart and selling on Walmart, totally happy to do that too. There is no coupon code for the bundle. No, it's the price is what the price is. Yeah. I asked because I had a coupon code the first time, but no, that was asking a little too much this time, unfortunately. Um, so I would, like I said, this is going to be the lowest price you're going to get it. It's probably not going to be available after this, until they kind of do kind of another big launch. And I don't even know if they'll offer the bundle again. Um, you know, they may just have it like item by item, like, product by product. So like I said, I wouldn't hesitate if you're interested at all, even if you don't think like, I might not use OmniSeller or I don't need that Nepeto scanner. Let me tell you, just Marter and Inventory Falcon, those two together with Histamart, uh, that is worth the price of this bundle. Those three things together are going to make making buying decisions a lot more, you'll have a lot more confidence, I think, in your buying decisions, just because you're going to have way more data than most people have. I honestly don't know how any person could be selling on Walmart without Histamart, because that's like selling on Amazon without Keepa. Like you're just going in blind. Which is, and you can buy these individually. So if you're not interested in the bundle, you can go and buy them each individually. I just wouldn't recommend it. I think you're better off with the bundle. Any other questions? Questions about Walmart? Questions about sourcing? Like, I'm happy to answer anything since I'm already here on the call. And feel free to unmute if you want to ask a question live and you don't want to type it. If it, that's fine too. Popping back over here to see. Oh, look at this one. 136% ROI, 100 a month, verified sales. That's amazing. The bundle, Pioneer bundle is only available 3 days. So Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Sunday night, it will close. The coupon code for the course is a week, or well, it's end of the month. So the coupon will be good until the end of the month, for the course. So you no longer have to list as seller fulfilled and convert. Inventory Falcon is doing the whole process for you. So these two things that I just listed, give me 2 seconds and I'll show you that they're already in my catalog. This is my live catalog. So here are the Spice Jumbo Jelly Beans. Okay. WFS eligible. Clinique Makeup, WFS eligible. Publish, publish. I'm ready to go. I can send those products in. Like, you the old process of like seller fulfilled, then I got to convert, then like, no, none of that. Listed in Inventory Falcon, boom, you're done. It is, yeah, like Brian just said, like he did a shipment while he's on the call. It's so easy. I have trained two of my staff to basically use Inventory Falcon inside and out, and they just trained a third staff member yesterday. So, no, day before yesterday. So on Tuesday. So he had never done any type of listing before, like not on Walmart.com. My girls both had listed. They knew how to do spreadsheets and everything. Like they took my course, they know how to do everything in Walmart. But they sat and trained him for literally 15 minutes. And he scanned and listed products all day on Tuesday for me. All day with 15 minutes of training. That's how easy this is. And if you have a VA, they can be entering products here, and there's this save to cloud function. So you can save this batch to the cloud, and then you can retrieve it to finish the shipment. Will my current inventory upload to Inventory Falcon? So your catalog will. So here's, if I open the catalog, you guys are going to see my live catalog here of products. Okay. See, I told you I went wide, 3,789 items in my inventory. So your whole catalog will upload. So if you're replenishing something, it will bring over the current SKU and that information when you go to replenish it. Any other questions? All right, guys. I will post all the links in the WOW Facebook group as well. I will post the link to this video as soon as it is done processing. But like I said, it will also be out on my YouTube page. But yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to me via Facebook, Instagram. I'm Seven Figure Grammy with two M's, like the award. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. I may not be able to spend hours with you, but I'm happy to answer questions. So take care. You guys have question real quick. Best time of day to source Walmart. Ooh, that's really interesting. I haven't found that yet. I find price drops. There are price drops that happen in the middle of the night, um, which is super interesting, but I will find them any time of day. So I don't think they necessarily have a certain time when they do them like categorically across their entire catalog. Um, but yeah, I haven't found a pattern to that yet. Would love to know if there is, but haven't really found one. All right. All right. Thanks everyone. Have a great rest of your evening and hopefully I'll see you guys in the Pioneers Club. Take care. Bye.